film industry. Oh, uh, well, actually, at the beginning, it's only for fun because since my father was also a cameraman in 50s, 60s to 70s, uh, but I didn't really follow his interest to get into the film business. I just want to have some fun. Something really influenced me is when I really do the overseas productions. Those because after Bruce Lee died, and there were a lot of American, European film come to Hong Kong to shoot about kung fu, this kind of movie. Then I was getting a chance to those overseas production, and that really influenced me very much because I saw the real production. It's between local movie and the foreign movie, big difference. On the location, how they set the lighting, they use a long time to preset a shot, and then very serious to adjust the lighting, and the camera is very big difference between those days. And the camera was you need four big guys to carry just the camera head because all the overseas production they shoot in the same sound. In 70s, most of the production, I can say almost all entire production of the local movie, they were doubling. They do the doubling afterward, so that the local movie camera head and tripod you can hold it up with one hand. Since I get into overseas production, wow, only the camera is very big because the camera is using the Mitchell camera and put inside a big brim to cut off the sound, so it's very heavy. And I was the first time to saw the dolly, the hydraulic dolly. It never seen in any local movies. That shocked me very much, and because of Sing Sang production, everybody just quiet on set. Everybody just concentrate to watching the actors how they act this shot. When it's doing good, whole crew applauding. Wow, the atmosphere is very touching.
And why did you choose the job as cinematographer? Why didn't you choose another job in the film industry?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I just feel that the director of photography is it's some guy that controlling the whole set. Of course, the director is a king on the set. The director only speak to the actor actresses before the rehearsal. It's all done by the director of photography to arrange everything, the composition, all everything inside the framing, all the composition involved very much in. And I don't know is because my father is also a cameraman or not. So I thought, wow, this is really something. Well, a DP, it don't it doesn't have to operate the camera, and all the overseas production always when they shooting some action scenes always four or five cameras on the sets roll at the same time. Wow. So he was the DP was just like a commander. That made me so envy.
So how did you move from the overseas production to the Shaw Brothers? How did that happen?
Well, actually, I I I get into the local movie is just for very short time, just for a few months, and then I got a chance to catch a overseas production. Then my father bring me to Shaw Brothers to learn how to load the film in the magazines for all kinds of cameras, because those days only Shaw Brothers they got a lot of any kind of cameras, so that is the only place I should go to learn, because the first job for me for the overseas production was clapper loader, pat, and the loading film. So that, yeah, my father brought me there and taught me every single kind magazines, how they works, how to load the film, and I draw it down, and then the next day I'm there. Do it. Luckily, I didn't make any mistake.
So, what do you remember about your first movie shot at Shaw Brothers?
The first movie is Hong Kong crime scene that was three story involving, and that was fun. That was fun because the director was also promoted from a cameraman, so that once we have a very good chance in the canteen, he asked me he asked me how what is my thought, because those days I remember the first new wave director in Hong Kong is Pucci Leung. It's Jumping Ash. That shocks everybody in the industry. Wow, this is really light Western film. They said only they speak Cantonese language, because Jumping Ash was shoot in Sing Sound. So everybody just feeling that is something so realistic. So the director Wasan asked my thought, and I told him a lot of things about how why what how the lighting was arranged in Jumping Ash, because it's so realistic, soft light. Because those times in Shaw Brothers, no, I can say none of one cameraman would play the soft light. Or the first generation of first light was bouncing, bouncing light, bounce light, or trace a lot, or trace it by a silk frame, something like that. So that I feel so interested about it, because I've been reading AC magazine for years, so I know how soft light can be made, like in what kind. So I expressed to Wasan, the director. I said I wish I can have chance to change a little bit the photography style in Shaw Brothers, is play more realistic light. Like I said, for example, if a day scene interior, you won't see a hard shadow cast on the wall, or anywhere, because they scene usually all the light sources are coming from the window, big light source, so shadow should be very soft.
So you start with a very realistic movie, so The Criminals, but then you start to work with Locarlan. 36 Chamber of Shaolin Mantis, and the opening scenes, every opening scene in local movie is not realistic at all. It's abstract place. You cannot define where is it because it's only about the martial art. So who has the idea when local fight is training
at the beginning?
Yeah, and the waters and all that kind of idea.
Oh, wow. That was all from director Lau Ka Leung, and he's my master too, Sifu, because this is very interesting, and I can say it's my fate because when I studied secondary school, I've learned the 有體操啊 gymnastic. So I know how to flip. I know, yeah, I've learned about it, and also at the same time, since I was in primary school, I have learned a lot of Kung Fu, Hong Quan. That is the same kind of Gaoler's.
睇住啊，企喺度，嚟啦！如果你嘅手踭沉喺呢個位置，佢嘅反手前絲就冇作用啦。
Every kata, I know how to play. So when the footage come out, people was quite shocked and speak about, wow, take a look at that movie. The camera really can play kung fu. Because of what? Because all my composition was tighter than anybody. Most of them will be a little bit loose and watch to follow, but mine is very cut, tighting, very impact, and the movement is always symmetrical, synchronized together, synchronized every momentum from the actor. So people say, wow, the camera can really know Kung Fu, can really play Kung Fu.
Of the choreography to know how when to move the camera because it's a very heavy material. Maybe it was very hard for you and your assistants to follow all those movements.
Oh yeah, that was. By that time, we don't have any hydraulic dollies. All is a platform dolly, but since the actors they fight very fast in motion, so we pushing dolly very fast, and the platform dolly didn't have any apple box or chairs to sit. You just like kung fu standing, kung fu stand, and then hold the camera. And by that time we don't have any electric zoom, only manual, fully manual. Wow, that was really hard time, but it challenged me a lot. And well, because I was young, I remember when I first promoted the cameraman, I was only 20 years old, and I didn't dare to tell anybody.
Your second on the movie number 2, Shaolin Mantis. One actor of the movie told me there was an accident happened during the shooting with the main actress Wong also, Cecilia Wong.
It was because every single shot, even though in fighting, was very long. The only in one shot at least got 30
martial arts movement.
30 motion, okay, but I don't know how to explain.
30
yeah.
movements in one shot.
In one shot, at least 30, at least. So Wang Hangshao was not really trained before. He just used her all her effort to do the rehearsal, and then wow, for a girl, for a lady like that, only the rehearsals you have already taken all her energy. So Angie 20 something is very normal, was very normal. So she was through because not enough energy, enough 係即刻嘔啊！And those days, the film was very slow. The ASA is only 100, so a lot of light. We have to use the zoom lens to shoot it. Well, zoom lens, the iris is quite small, so a lot of light. So it's very hot. Usually, I'm not scaring. I'm not frightened you. Though usually there were 40 to 45 centigrade inside the studio. It's like sitting in a sauna room. So even though we can only have a short t-shirt, but they with their costumes, this is very difficult.
Okay, and on the next movie, Heroes of the East, numéro 3, they invited Japanese martial artists to work on this movie. How was the collaboration with the Japanese crew?
But only the main female role, only the actress doesn't know kung fu. The rest of them, all the guys are really martial artists. And that was the first time that I went to Japan. I only bring one focus puller and using the whole crew of Japanese crew.
お嬢さん、香港からの手紙です。挑战术。
I don't think it's a language. There is a language problem between in filmmaking because film language probably everywhere the same. In the last 30 years, I at least every year I got one picture working out of Hong Kong. I've been worked with 20 different countries of crew members, and even though you simple English is okay because it is the name of the equipment always in English, 4K, 6K camera, what kind of camera, like that. And there were 12 words you have to know in every country is up and down, far, fast, slower, brighter, spot flat, far and close, something like this. And one slang you have to say is always pushing fast. Carry on pushing the crew.
後生仔俾啲腰力啊嘛！搶線啦！嗱，呢隻係我嘅手嚟㗎，碌個人咁，邊個師傅教你㗎？
好嘢，好嘢！走嚟，再敬陳師傅一杯。
係。
On this movie, Locarlan is the main actor. So to become the main actor and the director must be kind of difficult. So I suppose he gives you more instruction to shoot the movie with his point of view.
Oh, Lau Ka-leung is a very clever director since, well, of course, since every cameraman work with him, he has to command how the camera moves, how the camera setting. But since my second movie work with him, he already let free hand for me to go, and I was very appreciated. And in especially in this Crazy Monkey, he also the actor. So most of the camera movement and the framing I decided, and he, I'm so appreciated that he can give me such free hand.
转力，师傅。
Concerning your work with Shaolin, do you think he was a pioneer in the Kung Fu comedy?
Oh, I'm not there to say this. I cannot dare to say this because it's what I think it was only my luck. I always thank God, although I didn't believe in any religion, but I thank God very much because since it was only the time matching. Since I went into Shaw Brothers, I was my job was a focus puller, but I only did 12 months, but I did 13 movies. Why? It's of course it's my fate. When that year I go in the Shaw Brothers, they changed the system because most of the cameramen they want to have their own assistant to help them. But in those days, it was not the system that cameraman can have the right to choose his focus puller. So the year when I get in, it does change. All the focus puller it will be contract by contract, not permanent staff anymore. Yes, and and since I was working in an overseas production, wow, nowadays you can see every focus puller have a lot of gears, wearing. But those days, focus puller is very clean. Nothing you can wear. Camera head tripod you can hold it very easily. Wow, every cameraman saw me. Wow, who's who's the guy? Who's the guy? Oh, he's Wang Jit's son. And everybody come. Hey, I'm good friend of your pa. Where you come from? What is this? What's that? Why you wearing so many gears like this? I told them, oh, this is very normal because the Western film, blah blah blah. I can have anything on my set, even though the ASC manual, I bring it with me. So every kind of camera run out problem, I can fix it. I know how to fix it. So surprisingly that I can work with all the cameramen in Shaw Brothers, 16 staff cameramen.
踢佢，踢快啲！繼續踢，頭踢佢。
And just after this movie, you make another movie with the Low Brothers, but it was not the Shaw Brothers. So this movie was made with Lo Carwin.
Right.
Lo Carwin as
Cao Liang's brother, real
yes,
brother.
and even Gordon Liu played in the movie Loli.
Those days, Cao Liang is very famous, but since he was the contract staff, permanent staff of Shaw Brothers, so he cannot go out to make anything. But he played some tricks. He opened another film company arranged by his brother called Laos Movie Company, and his name is Lao Gao Liang, right? He changed it Kung Fu Liang. So this is very tricky and clever, right? Kung Fu Liang, everybody knows is from him, but it's not Shaw Brothers picture. So that well, this kind of relationship, and then I helped him to wrote the script. It was my first time trying to write the script, and then and then do the cameraman, and he support me. Lagala support me to be encourage me to be a director, and I also start to write my kung fu comedy for him, and that was also my first directing movie. Since the influence of Bruce Lee, in those days, I can say lot of young boys, young kids, they all went to learn kung fu since of Bruce Lee. So that since I was 7 years old, something like that, uh, I've been keeping the kung fu training, and since in the school, I learned the dramatic. So that's why when the kung fu film comes up, I just fit for it. So I cannot say I am something. It's just I thank God.